If you're new to the Roland VerseLab MV-1 like I am, this video is for you. I've made a simple beat with it. I'll show you the basics of making a beat on the VerseLab MV-1, and if you don't own one yet, I'll talk a little bit about my first impressions about it. You'll learn how to create a project, record a beat by finger drumming and sequencing, layer drum sounds, record some instrument sounds with the chord features, use effects, record vocals, and then mix and save your song. If you're new around here, I'm Sanjay. I have lots of reviews and the latest music gear news on my channel. If you're into music production, consider subscribing. I help make music production easy to understand and bring you lots of affordable gear for your home recording needs. Here's a 30-second elevator pitch on what the Roland VerseLab is. This is a self-contained recording solution for beat makers. It's meant to be used as a standalone device without a computer. You can tap or sequence drum beats and then layer instruments, chords, melodies, or even vocals. Roland is really trying to get you from start to finish with the VerseLab. Let's see what it can do. All of your controls are on the top. And in the back, you've got a bunch of connections for power, line in and out, MIDI in and out, an SD card slot for saving your song data, and an XLR mic input. In the front, you've got your headphones port. First of all, you're going to be working with this value knob right here, along with the parameter knobs to navigate the menus. There's quite a bit of menu diving with the Roland's workflow, so it takes some getting used to. The learning curve can be steep if you're new to Roland products like these. I have the drum machine, the TR-8S, and it helps that I have some experience with it, but honestly, I wish they had included a bigger screen. You get bigger screens with more information and easier navigation with other similar products from Native Instruments and Akai. You can arrange your music in the form of a song with subsections and have clips that correspond to each section. You arrange your different sections into the complete song. Once you start working with it, you'll get the hang of it. As you create your song, you can always jump to the mixer to adjust things. You start by creating a project. Press the Load button, then select New, and you can save your project by pressing the Shift and Load button and giving your project a name. Let's name this new project 2. The first thing I'm going to do is set the tempo and turn on the metronome for now. Press the sequence button to enter that mode, and then shift and sequence to adjust things like the tempo. We'll set this to, let's set this to 75, and then you can also turn the metronome on. Let's record the kick drum in first. First, press the section button under workflow to get into that mode. Choose section select in the pad mode, and you can set the length of your sequence. So the default is 8, but you can select 4 measures instead, or up to 16. We'll keep it at 8 for now. Let's record the kick drum by just playing it on the pad. Press the sequence button, and now we can just play a kick drum. We'll press the record button and play and start recording after the count-in. You'll see that the lights have lit up where I pressed the kick drum. You can actually add more or remove these by just pressing the buttons on the sequencer. Let's record the snare drum by just using the sequencer. Let's press snare for the snare track. And I'm just going to press the 5 and the 13 for the snare drum. All right, I want to change the sound of the snare drum. I'm just going to press in the value button, go to presets, and we navigate to drums and snares. Let's try this snare. Great. Now let's record a hi-hat by selecting the hi-hat track. By the way, you can use the kit right here if you're already an expert on the pads and just want to finger drum right in. But we'll stick with the other way to record. Okay, with the hi-hats, I'm going to record using the style mode this time. Let's select a hi-hat sound first. Great. Press the style button. Now you see the pads are a different color, and when you hold them down, you have different hi-hat patterns. And we can record that in. Now, Now I'm going to turn off the metronome, and I'm going to go to the mixer and adjust the level of the hi-hats. I like the style mode on the VerseLab because it's an easy way to get to some nice patterns and, well, style without doing finger drumming or a lot of programming. By the way, you can always clear what you just recorded by pressing the section select button and then clear and the pad that you just recorded. The VerseLab MV-1 also has a swing function, but you have to set it per clip, not on the full drum beat. You can do this by clicking section select and then shift and press the pad to get to the clip settings. You can go down to shuffle and set this. I really wish they had a dedicated shuffle knob like they do on other drum machines by Roland. It would make it easier to apply the shuffle to the whole beat. All right, now we got a drum beat. Let's record in some instruments. Just like drums, the MV-1 includes instrument sounds as well that sound really good. And they also have some cool tools to help you record the chords and melodies easily. Hey, if you're enjoying this video, don't forget to hit the like button. And if you have any questions about the VerseLab, leave them in the comments below. Also, I've got sample packs, MIDI packs, and a Rhodes virtual instrument sampled directly from my very own Fender Rhodes piano from 1975. You can grab my sample packs using the link below this video. And I've even got some free samples and a free Rhodes instrument. Thanks for supporting my channel. All right, let's move on to the instruments. I want to record some chords in for some inspiration. Press the instrument 1 track and then shift plus style to get to the chord mode. We have some bells here. Now let's change that to something else. All right, I changed the pad a little bit. I kind of like this more. You can also adjust the scale and notes in the chords by pressing Edit and the chord. So there you go, you got your root and the notes. All right, it's coming together. Let's do the same with bass, but this time let's use the style button to use a preset pattern for the bass. All right, let's go to bass and let's pick a bass sound. Now in the style pattern on the bass, when you press edit and style, you can change the style. So instead of doing this, you can do. All right, let's record that in. Next, we're going to record a melody over this as well. I'll just play the melody on the pads this time. Okay, let's record this in. You can also set the amount of reverb that this is sending. Cool. All right, we've got drums, a pad, bass, and a melody recorded. Let's record some vocals. But first, let's do a little song arrangement. We've already got a section to the song. We're going to duplicate the section and modify it a bit. I'm going to copy section all to the second pad. All right, so we have it here, but instead we're going to remove that melody from this section. The original. Now let's arrange that in the song. And we're going to put this section here and here. We'll repeat that twice. And then we're going to go into this section. Well, no, keep that there. And then we're going to go into this section here and again for this one here. All right, I'm going to connect in my condenser mic to the XLR connection in the back, and we'll turn our mic on. and go and set the mic input to external. You can also use the built-in mic, but I prefer my condenser mic, so we'll use the external mic right now. You can also set the phantom power on since this is a condenser mic and it needs phantom power. Okay, I've got the vocal track selected. I can hit record, and we're going to record into this section on this pad. And you can see the gain here. I can set the gain higher if I want to. There you go. All right, okay, good enough. You can also add vocal effects as you're recording if you turn the vocal processor on. And now you can already hear there are some effects on my voice. Let's go to edit and choose something like tune, harmony. Let's choose that. That's kind of cool. Enhance. It's kind of like a doubler. When you're done, you can mix down your song and save it to a WAV file using the mixdown button, and then copy it to your computer and share it with the world. There's lots more to learn on the VerseLab MV-1. Roland always includes some high quality sounds, especially with the MV-1. They've included a lot for hip hop, trap, and R&B. And I think producers who make that kind of music will really enjoy this. If you found this video useful, hit the like button and subscribe. If you'd like to support my channel, check out my merch, t-shirts, hoodies, sweatshirts, and even pillows and phone cases. Thanks for watching and keep making the music you love. I'll see you later.